We're in our 40s with a newborn on a tropical island. And an 8-year-old.
Don't forget the 8-year-old.
And it feels a little bit like starting all over again. Sasha's dusted off the old bicycle recently.
Yes, the first time back on it this week in about 10 months.
We're heading to a local coffee shop. I'm going to be taking the easy way, arguably, because I'm taking the baby in the car and the kid. And Sasha's going to ride all the way to get some exercise in.
I am, yeah. So I'm 9 weeks this week postpartum. So I'm, really trying to get back on the fitness journey.
The e-bike is on.
Bye, Mummy. Bye.
Yeah, it's about 8 kilometers riding. And Juniper's coming with me, of course. It's not a race. When we first moved to this tropical island, we really noticed how much of a lifestyle change it is from the UK. Obviously, there's a completely different pace of life out here. We're not in any rush to do anything. Our work is remote, and that changes the game for pretty much anybody our age. We realized quite early on in our lives that we really wanted to simplify life. Right, Juniper's in the car. Managed to click her in? Yep, I heard that click. Very good. The one great thing about this time around is that we've got a little helper in there. Story can help us with baby Juniper. One major difference in life is that when we had Story, we were living in Europe, and now we're living in the Philippines. So that definitely changes things, but we're also a decade older. So we've learned a lot from parenting in the past. How do you feel being our little helper now with baby Juniper?
Oh, I feel useful.
You feel useful, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. We were joking briefly before we left that Sasha might actually get to the cafe faster than me because she's just focusing on the ride right now. I'm being dad. I've got 2 kids on the go. So it does make a difference. The pace of life is way slower when you've got a newborn in tow. The difference between being a parent in your 30s, being a parent in your 40s is mainly about your health and also your energy levels. Sasha and I talked about this earlier. I feel like I've got a little bit less energy and a bit less power than I did first time round, but Sasha feels absolutely fine. I think we're aging at different rates, maybe. See Mummy there by the side of the road. She's taking a break in the shade, so I will definitely get there before her.
Right, I've just stopped here because I found some shade. There's not much shade at the moment. I'm riding on that side of the road and it's quite sunny, but there's a nice shady patch here. So I thought I would stop and have a quick chat because I know after this shady patch there's a hill coming up. So my postpartum journey, I'm back on my fitness journey, hence the cycling. This is the third time I've been out this week on the bike, and as we said at the start of the video, we are 9 weeks ago since our baby girl was born, so I'm 9 weeks postpartum now. I haven't been pushing myself at all. I've been taking it very easy. I had a C-section as well, so I wasn't able to work out or exercise or lift anything, you know, for the first 8 weeks they recommend. So as soon as 8 weeks came around, I was like, right, I feel ready to start getting back on doing some exercise again. And yeah, I've just been listening to my body, and that's why I'm starting with some kind of low impact exercises like cycling. I have got at least 10 kilos to lose before I will be back to my pre-baby weight at 40 years old, I have to say. Oh, he was a bit close. I'm going to move over a bit more to the side. I have to say it is not as easy as after Story, our 8-year-old, was born. I feel like I put on more weight during this pregnancy. Whether or not that was because I was older, I don't know. It's just, yeah, I definitely put on more weight, and I feel like my body hasn't quite gone back to pre-pregnancy as quickly as it did when I had Story. So that's a definite change. But I'm feeling good now that I'm beginning the journey again, the fitness journey. But I do feel like I'm starting over. Like, I was pretty happy with my body, my body confidence pre-baby, pre-pregnancy, and I was feeling quite fit, quite healthy, quite strong, and yeah, I feel like I'm basically starting again from scratch. I do have to say though, my energy levels, like just generally being an older mum this time around, my energy levels with a newborn, I feel pretty much the same. and yeah, just get fit and healthy and strong again for my girls. So that is why I'm cycling to the cafe today. So I'm going to get back on with my cycle. As you can see, I've got quite nice quiet roads for the most part to cycle on. So I'm going to put the phone down now and get there, because I'm sure Jay and Story and Juniper are already there waiting for me.
So if you don't already know the story, we are a British family that left the UK in 2012, and we actually moved to Thailand for 5 years. We brought our dog Eden with us, who is an English Cocker Spaniel, who has sadly passed away since that time. But we had some wonderful years there in Thailand before we got pregnant with Story Ember. And when that happened, we decided to move to Europe, specifically Portugal, where we could be closer to family, but also keep our cost of living down, which allowed us to keep doing what we were doing remotely with our work and stay away from the grind and going back to the 9-to-5 life. Portugal was incredible while it lasted, but after about 3 years in Europe, we decided that we really wanted to have that exotic feeling of adventure again. And so we traveled back to Thailand with Story at 3 years old. We went to Myanmar, which is where I'm partially from, where my mum was born. We saw some incredible stuff on our travels. We really enjoyed it. And eventually we ended up on the island of Siargao in the Philippines, right at the end of the trip. And then the pandemic happened and we got stuck there and decided to make the Philippines our home. So we've been here for a while now, about 5 years, and we've really embraced that slow living. And now having a newborn baby, it's going to be even slower. But this is one of the main things we've discovered about being in our 40s, is that slowness feels like wealth in a way. Having more time to do what you want, less time working at an office or working for a boss, and just actually enjoying being with the family, enjoying being outside in nature. This to us feels like real value, and we may not have the most money that we've ever had, but we definitely feel richer in other ways. And one of the key ways to do that, of course, is to reduce your cost of living. So all of these countries that I just mentioned, they cost way less than the UK to have a much higher standard of life. And we figured that out a long time ago when we were traveling in our early 20s and decided that we wanted that to be our everyday life. So even though the parenting side of things, it does feel like we're starting over from scratch, in terms of our work and the things that we've been doing worldwide, things are fitting in nicely and they feel relaxed and business as usual. Now, I can't lie and say that having a newborn hasn't changed how we look at life at all, because I definitely feel that sense of urgency that perhaps having 2 children means I need to earn a little bit more money than before. I can't be completely complacent with that. So obviously earning more money means putting more effort into work and making different decisions that have eaten away at some of that kind of peace and free time that we had when we just had an only child here in the Philippines. Let me see.
She's ruffling.
Juniper, we're about to get out, don't worry. Oh, it's a ticking time bomb.
Come on, let's get out quick. She wants to be moving. The time bomb has exploded.
Oh my goodness. Can you unclip the belt? Let's get her out.
Her time bomb has exploded.
She'll be right once we get moving, like you said.
Yeah, she doesn't like it when we stop. She likes to be moving all the time. Confused. Yeah, no, actually. Wait for this guy. Well, we can get in before he gets. Come on. It's only a person.
Is it safe?
Yeah, it's only a person, isn't it?
It's beautiful scenery.
Why are you still ruffling?
She wants her milk, that's what she wants. So this is one of our favourite cafes in the whole of the island, Manabru. What's great about it is they serve like artisanal coffee, but in this really native looking building. Very pretty. Look at all the flowers growing. Lovely. And I can officially say I won the race. I'm here first. And she's not crying yet. Afternoon. Alright, we've got the whole cafe to ourselves today. Lovely. Nice breeze from the fan. One of the best things about our lifestyle that we live right now is being able to choose our own hours. Story is homeschooled, so she's going to do a homeschooling project, and also we can arrive at the cafe when it's not busy because we're not bound by working hours. We can choose when nobody's around, and this island isn't particularly busy anyway, but it's good to know that we've got that choice. I will admit though, about 5 years ago I didn't think I would be doing this again. Sasha and I said to each other that we probably wouldn't have another child, and that changed in the most recent years. So we are very happy now that this is happening. It feels like a nice reset at the right time. I'm glad that we're going into this decade with a newborn, because it does rejuvenate you a little bit and make you feel like you need to step up your game a bit, live life a little bit more to the full. Look at this incredible coffee. When you see the look of this cafe, you probably wouldn't think you could get coffee like this. This is made with oat milk as well, which is great because we're a vegan family. That's right, even Juniper's formula is plant-based as well. We import it from Australia. It's for you. Mummy's here. How was the bride?
Yeah, good.
Yeah?
Uneventful. Nothing happened. Hot.
Yeah, it looks hot out there. Juniper's happy to see you.
Hello. Mommy's all sweaty. Hello.
Aww. Okay, that was a nice meal. I feel satisfied. So we paid 880 pesos for that, which is the equivalent of about £12 in British money,
Yeah, about that.
for really good coffee and sourdough bread, stuff that you probably don't think you could get on a province island in the Philippines.
Yeah, I know.
It's all here though.
It's a nice little treat.
Even things like Colombian beans and plant-based milks, it's all available, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
pretty
it
crazy.
is, yeah. Obviously, one of the downsides of living abroad and being here in the Philippines is if we need to get back to the UK, it's expensive. The flights are expensive, and now there's an addition. We will obviously have, 4 tickets to pay for instead of 3.
Yeah.
So we're quite conscious of that, and the cost that it is to actually get back to the UK from here. It's a long journey.
It does feel very far away. And also when you are in the UK, everything feels like a bit of a rip-off because we're so used to lowering our cost of living that you don't feel like you're getting any additional value for the money that you pay. And it's hard to adjust to that after having this for so long.
Yeah, no, it is, definitely. I mean, we're not bagging off the UK here. The UK has some amazing, amazing places. But when you start looking into how much it costs to go to those places or to do the things that you really want to do, the really cool things, it's exponential, it adds up so quickly. And then you start feeling like, do I really want to do it?
Yeah, do I want to pay for that?
Yeah.
Right, Sasha's riding home, I'm driving home.
I'm riding home now. Just under halfway home, but I just saw, I had to stop. There's a ginormous pig there. Can you see it? And I actually turned around and came back on myself to get another look at this giant pig. You can make him out sitting in there in the trees. Absolutely huge. And it's just little things like that make me really appreciate being where I am, and the fact that I can come out and cycle on these roads whenever I want, pretty much at any time of day, and it be okay. It's a bit of a more shaded ride on the way back home, which is nice. A little bit less hot. Beautiful roads. I mean, look at that behind me. It's empty, it's quiet. And for the most part, this part of the island is pretty much like this all the time. I get to prioritise my health right now over wealth, over making money. I can come out and go for a cycle. I've probably been cycling for about an hour collectively. And I get to do it in these surroundings, in this environment, surrounded by trees and pigs, palm trees, quiet streets, out in the fresh air and in the sunshine, getting my vitamin D at the same time, so that's a bonus. And the alternative would be cycling around busy London roads, pollution, or going to a gym which is all enclosed, busy. You feel self-conscious and that kind of thing. Here I get the freedom to do this instead, and it feels pretty nice.
Still at peace. Bamboo delivery. Crazy. Home sweet home, Juniper. We've got the sound of the solar inverter making all that racket. Lived in house, got all the laundry up. Poppy ready for her afternoon walk. Poor good girl. And a beautiful view of the waves of Shargao outside. What a place to live, eh? The sun is setting and Sasha is back home with us. How?
It was just under 22 kilometres, which
Really?
round trip, which is about 13.5 miles if you do miles over kilometres. Feels good. I feel like I've had a workout, definitely. And yeah, ready for a shower now.
Nice breeze here. It's time for the afternoon doggy walk. What a beautiful view to come home to. This is incredible. This is where we live. This is literally our house right here, and we get this view every day. So I'm not gonna pretend that it's easy to start a life like this or to start over in a foreign country. It's very challenging. Doesn't matter where you go, whether it's Europe or Thailand or the Philippines, it's been tricky to kind of find your feet in each place. But once you get there, you realise that the world isn't actually that complicated in the end.
Yeah,
People have lots of similarities.
yeah, it's doable,
Yeah.
you know, and the fact that we're now in our 40s, 40 when I got pregnant with baby girl here, 41 when I gave birth. In the past, when I was younger, I never thought that this would happen at this time of life.
It's
but
true.
It did, and you know, she's worth all the kilos. You are.
Thinking back to when we were in school, when we thought of 40-year-old people, we were told basically that that was life done for you. If you hadn't already figured everything out, it was all over.
Yeah.
But in reality, and now in the future, you realise you do have a lot of options, and it is doable. You can do it. There's something I'm curious to know. How many of you guys felt like it was too late to start again? Would you do something like this? Does it seem ridiculous? Does it seem a bit unrealistic? Because I hope today's message showed at least our side of the story, how we did it and what we've done, kind of demystify some of it. I know that if I was watching this from our old life back in the UK, I would feel quite inspired because I just didn't know a lot of this stuff before we actually just ran out there and tried it, right?
Yeah. Yes, I mean, we were a lot younger when we did leave the UK to live abroad, and it kind of, you know, we didn't have any children at that time, and it was a bit of a, you know, let's just see what happens. And we could do that then. So maybe a bit older, it might seem a bit more scary, but the fact is that we're still here, like 13 years on, that we've been, you know, living abroad in different countries, and yeah, it's been amazing.
There was a lot less social media back then as well, though.
Yeah.
So it was harder to do.
Yeah.
And now I feel like perhaps because we have so much more information, is it easier to do? I don't know. Let us know in the comments. And we hope you've enjoyed this video and this content and the stuff that we've shared today. And we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.